What's going on, Reject Nation? WandaVision episode 4 is here today. People excited to check this out. You know what? I usually handle all the intros. John, why don't you take this one away?
Guys,
45 seconds, John.
Our full-length stream along for this. Obviously, these are reaction highlights. We can only include 10 minutes because the YouTube rules are super stringent. So if you want to see the full-length show sync up with the time code, come on over to our Patreon. We got a whole bunch of other shows over there that have both the option for reaction highlights as well as the full-length watch-along sync up included. There's a whole bunch of pictures right now that show you all the shows that we got. Also, special thanks to the man Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing this video. He edits for people like Snow movie. He edits for people like Emon Snow, Movie Trivia Schmodown, and a whole bunch of other people who you probably love. So big thanks to him. And now let's hop into episode 4 of WandaVision.
Yeah, somebody hit the like button.
Oh, could you also hit that like button and remember to subscribe and click that notification bell and follow along with our WandaVision playlist so that you always know when another reaction is
I
up.
said too much. Now we're way past the 1 minute mark.
Sorry, guys.
What the hell? What the hell? Whoa, she's like handling the reverse snap herself. Oh, this is like the this is reverse snap. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude!
They're all coming back. We don't have the capacity.
They're all coming back. We don't have the capacity.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn.
Oh! First thing that happened when I got back. Like I got knocked over.
Oh, Dr. Harlan, thank God. I can't believe it.
She looking for her mom?
Tyler, where's my mom?
Yeah.
Your mom? She died, honey. What? No.
Aww.
No.
Which was 2 years after you.
After
Oh. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Just like the Far From Home opening. Just as funny. That blip causing all kinds of comedic
Hilarious
hijinks.
circumstances in the MCU.
Like killing Maria Rambeau off screen. all that hilarity.
Some really
That was
compelling
intense,
chaos.
that was
say,
freaking
like,
intense.
Really threw you into it. Now back to sitcoms.
Captain Monica Rambeau.
Director Tyler Hayward.
Acting director. We haven't aged a day.
Exposition.
How are the numbers for the astronaut training program?
Dismal.
Astronaut training program, Fantastic Four.
There's no easy way to say this, but you're grounded.
I'm sorry, what?
Go to your room.
You'd be doing me a big favor with this FBI thing, but if you need more time...
No. No.
Keep me updated, Captain.
So hard not to watch one of these shows without looking at the background for like any Easter egg.
Yeah.
James E. Woo,
Jimmy.
FBI.
Yes.
Pardon me, Sheriff. Would you mind repeating your claim about Westview to my colleague here?
No such place.
Westview, New Jersey doesn't exist.
That's what I keep telling your G-man here, but he won't listen.
Oh, how weird.
I see.
Nice.
And I'm sorry, what town are you from?
Eastview.
Why haven't you gone inside to investigate?
Because it doesn't want me to. You can feel it too, can't you? Nobody's supposed to go in.
How eerie.
Oh.
Have you tried shooting it? There it is. There it is.
Some sort of energy field.
Watch it. Rambeau. Captain Rambeau!
Rambo! Darcy. Darcy.
Nuclear biology.
Artificial intelligence.
Astrophysics.
I'm a chemical engineer.
No one cares.
Kind of makes you think of the first Thor movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially with the small town vibes and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa.
What are you getting?
A colossal amount of CMBR.
We've been told the radiation is within a safe limit.
It is for now.
Wait, what do you mean?
I got it.
Where's the laugh track?
Hey. Why isn't the
Feels
shot in
empty
a plucky
without it.
sitcom style? The weird aspect ratio.
I need a TV. An old one. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm getting like a lot of First Thor vibes right now.
These sewers will take you straight into town. Try to find anything you can on Rambeau. Top it up.
Ah ha 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 ha. And bring these bees with you.
We're gonna keep this channel open for you. Copy.
Little Marvel mystery.
I know.
Someone get me a useful visual, damn it.
Oh.
Who's doing that?
Who's screaming in agony like that?
Anniversary of what? You don't know
Is that?
it looks like her. Look, I know it's been a crazy few years on this planet, but he's dead, right?
Where's the tenderizer?
What am I looking at?
A damn good sitcom is what you're looking at.
Quality TV.
My equipment registered an extremely high level of CMBR. That's...
Relic radiation dating back to the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
English, please.
Oh, is this like the first shot of the...
So you're saying the universe
Credits
created a
to the- you know what I'm
sitcom
saying.
starring two Avengers?
It's a working theory.
Look at the guy in the background smiling. Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe I could get that coffee now? Or not. That's cool.
Sexism. There it is. There's the shot.
We successfully identified two individuals inside the Westview anomaly. Let's keep going.
This guest is leaving your home.
She's the star of that 70s show. Put her on the board. It's a damn good show.
Does that mean Topher Grace is in this? No.
Scrolls. See that?
Computational force. And no one can process
Agent Wu.
like you do, Sal. You're like a
See? We were right. They're not sword agents. Why sitcoms? This is the bored new rock stars creates every.
Hey, where's Eric Voss? Not the ramen.
Definitely not the boss lady I met yesterday. What are we looking at here? Is it an alternate reality, time travel, some cockamamie social experiment?
It's a sitcom. I do have an idea. So, you've seen that radio on Wanda's kitchen counter, right?
Pitch a sitcom to Wanda?
Got an idea about two girls who are broke.
Agent Wu.
That's Mephisto right there. That's Mephisto in disguise.
Absolutely.
What does it look like to you?
Like a retro version of a sword drone?
Why'd you colorize it?
I didn't.
Let's get the show on the road.
Told you it was the same one. I hate you, Joe.
Stupid. Stupid. Stupid.
Wanda's with another character.
Real person.
I can't help but wonder if you and I...
Real person.
Wanda.
This is so cool.
Wanda.
I love
This is
this.
a whole other level of meta.
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Pop quiz, Wanda.
Oh, how neat. And that song wasn't. Oh.
It's over. Mission failure.
No, pay attention to the commercials.
Right. Good effort, Doctor.
Especially to the commercials.
So, because yeah, there's that shot in the last episode where she's like looking at the radio all mysterious.
Yeah.
But that didn't appear on their screen. It just skipped.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
This is like an old-time jump rope. Yeah. I haven't seen one of those since school.
Oh, this feels like Amblin Entertainment.
Yeah.
How cool! How cool! Those honestly sounded like sex noises
Yeah,
from
they
like
did.
Twins. What a twist.
Who are you?
Wow, this is different.
How eerie.
Freaky.
Oh, this is so cool.
God, I love how the aspect ratio changes too.
This is so cool.
I'm just your neighbor. Then how did you know about Ultron?
World knows.
You're not my neighbor. And right now you are trespassing here. And I want you
She's so scary.
to leave.
Oh no! Doctor Strange 2 villain confirmed.
Yep, just cover that right up.
Television magic right there.
Where is Geraldine?
Oh.
She had to rush home.
Oh no!
We could go wherever we want.
No, we can't.
Aww.
This is our home.
Aww.
Don't worry, darling. I have everything under control.
Ooh, she does!
Oh, no.
She's so scary.
I know.
It's all Wanda.
Damn straight. Music's probably low so it doesn't get blocked. Just letting you guys know. Dude,
God,
that
what an
was
ending.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
This show has such a great vision
It does.
for the future of Marvel.
My cheeks are scarlet, having made so many expressions.
What a fascinating episode this one was. So it starts off about Monica Rambeau, then the middle chunk focuses on Jimmy and Darcy investigating, then it ends with filling in the gaps of the ending of episode 3. So cool. I think like the biggest takeaway is the clarification. This is all Wanda. There's all these theories going around that Mephisto was somehow linked to this. Agatha Harkness obviously being involved here. What I loved about those final moments is you're seeing Wanda. You get the sense that she has no other choice. In order for her to have this life with Vision, she has no other choice but to do this. So she's doing certain actions that come across like, oh my God, do not mess with this person. You know?
It's like a mama bear or something, or
Yes.
a mama lion. You're just like, she is fiercely protective of this home she has created.
And if you threaten to break this fantasy with reality, she gets incredibly defensive, for lack of a better word. But I love that when her fantasy is being broken and reality like peeks through. And in that split moment when Vision does first show back up, you know, he looks like how he did when he died in Infinity War. It looks like a corpse for a while, like almost a
Like he's
zombified
covered in
Vision.
dust.
Yeah.
He's all pale, and it really is an eerie and unsettling image.
Yeah, and I love the final moments too of how Monica was like, like she seemed terrified of her. It's Wanda. It's Wanda. Wanda's so scary.
I know, because like really, she's great at playing those deadly serious moments, and I was really like, even though I knew Monica was at least just gonna get, you know, ejected from the little world there for a moment, I was like, oh God. They do that thing where they go into shots that are sort of new and a little bit of dialogue we didn't see before, and for those split moments, they actually had me really worried for Monica.
Yeah. I mean, when Wanda injures her, you know, he just like thrusts her through a bunch of walls.
Through every wall
It's not
of
just
the fantasy.
vanish, get out of here. It's psh, psh, psh. thrashing through. It was just so cool to see the perspective of how you watch episode 1, 2, and 3 in the fantasy eyes of Wanda when in the world she's creating, and then you go back and you're filling in before the gaps during, and it's neat to see through Wanda's perspective of the first 3 episodes, like the beekeeper, when he shows up, how through her perspective, this show's setting them like, oh my god, are these villains? Are they the evil ones? For people who have been, you know, at least following theories or reading up on stuff, a lot of us are drawing this conclusion that it would be Sword and that this is really all Wanda's doing. But I love the way how the show plays with the mood and tone of it, because then when you cut to this perspective, you're like, no, these guys are good. Like they just want to figure out what the hell's going on. And this missing
mission.
town's happening, and they think Wanda's in danger in some way. Possibly, you know? Like, I love that moment with the whiteboard, and it does feel like a new Rockstar's Theory video of like, is Vision alive? Is this the scrolls? Why is this sitcoms? I'm like, these are
alternate reality, or
these are exact topics that I swear they've done videos on.
Yeah.
And that a lot of people have done videos on. So it's kind of like a wink at the audience, but it just shows you how they have no control over this. That they are just as clueless as we are as they're trying to unpack this mystery. It was so fun to see. That opening scene though with the blip.
Oh, dude.
Them returning, you know. I love that. In Far From Home, you do get like the comedic version of that. And then here you see like the devastating version. To even think of that, thinking of the consequences of being gone for 5 years. How many people has that happened to? Of to lose a loved one. That's so traumatizing. And it sets up such an interesting, like curious arc of where they would take Monica Rambeau. You know, she disappears. She's in the waiting room during the surgery for her mom, right? And she said like the surgery went well.
Yeah,
and that was
to pick her up. She's supposed to be discharged.
That was the last she heard, and then to come back years later and like learning all this at once is just so traumatizing.
Absolutely. Well, and
such rich writing, unsettling.
Yeah, and just like really beautifully handled too, because that was such an authentically chaotic and tense scene, just with all the pandemonium going around the hospital. Like they really, again, like because the snap and the blip and everything is so much of a meme almost now, you know, they really brought all that gravity back to it in a really striking way.
Yeah, it's like you got Monica here who has to live up to the legacy that her mom, I mean, they said that she founded Sword, right?
Yeah,
that's what they established here.
From the ground up.
She founded Sword. I'm wondering about this Tyler character, this director.
Yeah.
Something about him just like, I don't know why. You just seem like someone who might be a bad guy.
You seem you're in the position to be one of those guys who's like really calming and trustworthy up front, but then later on we find out, oh, switcheroo, are you with Hydra, are you somebody else? But I'm rooting for him. He's got a sexy voice.
This felt like a Marvel movie, more akin to what we're a little bit more familiar with. Like I kept referencing like the first Thor movie, especially, or kind of thinking about a little bit of like Civil War, Winter Soldier. I think because you're dealing with Sword, but it feels like SHIELD headquarters in a lot of ways. You know? Having that spy, tactical, high-level intelligence department that you're exploring. And it was cool getting Jimmy Woo back here. I love Randall Park. He's freaking hilarious. And it was neat to see how you take him from Ant-Man and the Wasp, you throw him over here, and in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I remember him being such a comedic character. Yeah. Like, he was so comedic that you're like, how's this guy even in the FBI? You know? Like, he's just such a goofball. Then here, you really see how much he does care about his job. He's not just here for comedy. He gets a lot of scenes where he gets to play it very serious and straight and is not playing it for jokes. Like the first moment when they do show up at Westview. Yeah, you get those freaking reveals there too.
Yeah, with the cops and everything, and like the selective amnesia of like, well, apparently this town's real, and also tying in with the, you know, different boards of the names of all the people who live there and like the roles they've been given, you know, getting that little expander on, okay, clearly some people are able to perceive this town, but everybody in the immediate area, I guess, is not.
Yeah, which shows her the extent of her reality warping, because she's doing the reality warping within this hub of Westview, this town that Wanda has taken over, possibly with the help of Agatha Harkness and Mephisto. But let's just focus on Wanda, what the show's telling us right now. Right. Wanda taking over the town. Beyond that, though, her reality bending skills extend to people outside. Apparently, they just can't identify Westview. Okay, so when they're thrusting in here, occasionally the the reality starts to break a little bit. It looked like when Monica was Geraldine, she really believed she was, and then slowly there's little things. Sometimes like how that happens with Wanda, little things might happen. That's what triggered her. It's like, oh my, I'm not. I'm Monica. I'm part of SWORD. It doesn't seem like she was like deep undercover. It seemed like her mind was being manipulated and switched into this realm.
I almost wonder if there is something like that at work where it's like in the subconscious, because you think back to like that moment with Herb and Agnes at the wall in the backyard, and it's almost like there's a subconscious wanting to break beyond the illusion everyone's being fed or something like that. And maybe because Monica is highly trained and literally came here to investigate, maybe she was able to break through that much faster or something like that. You know?
And going back to Jimmy, it's just so funny to see because in a lot of ways he is like the Marvel audience member. In this episode specifically.
He's so
why
earnest.
sitcoms? Oh, and then her and Darcy getting sucked into the show is like, oh, they're having twins. You know? Like all the questions he was asking, I'm like, these are all the questions we're all asking.
Yeah. I love that this turn is a bit more earnest and a bit more, you know, just concerned from him, you know.
When Jimmy has the moment of, did you just mention Ultron? Did you just mention a reality?
Cross back over into art. Have they done that before? Has this happened yet on the show?
He was this close to being like, hey, they haven't brought up Pietro in a few whiles. Damn, it's been so long.
Weird. Oh, damn.
I thought they forgot about Quicksilver in the MCU.
Well, that's now I'm wondering, is that going to become like a running joke in the real world? Is them going like, wait a minute, but this doesn't match up with our reality, but that does.
The same thing can be said for Darcy. They really have her do the position she was hired for here. Not to say that that wasn't the case in the Thor movies, but she was played a little bit more for like what Kat Dennings is hired usually to do, you know, to be funny. That's like my main takeaway with Darcy Lewis is in the movies. Yeah, she's funny and she's got some humor here, but it's more focused on her skills, you know, and I like the bond and the chemistry that's forming between her and Randall Park. I think that's a big enjoyment factor of this specific episode as well. Watching all the little clues that we were getting before, then you're filling in those gaps right away, and then now it's like the next episode we're entering fresh territory. So now I'm thinking like, what's the structure going to be like? Are we going to be cutting back and forth between the sitcom and SWORD? How would that work with the laugh track being in there? I'm trying to imagine like what it would be like, but we'll just have to wait and find out.
Exciting questions to have answered. It's like the first three are like the setup foundation, and then the fourth one is like the completed foundation, and now I'm like, all bets are off. Here we go. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought with the way they were handling their mystery that they would start giving all these answers a little bit later. They gave it all in this one episode, and it's cool switching perspectives. I love that. You know, when you're in Wanda's world, oh my God, these people are a threat and they're scary. And then in their world, they're like, oh no, Wanda's a threat. She's scary.
And what is she doing to these people? They've really woven like an oddly both super fun and bouncy, but very compelling mystery out of this that has all those, like paranoid sort of Twilight Zone-y, eerie vibes, but that also has in perfect spades the bouncy Marvel sleek production.
I think the show's got balls. I mean, to do the first 3 episodes the way they did and then go episode 4 and completely different, you know? I think this is a really neat series. I'm really in love with this show a lot. All right, guys. Well, what did you think of this episode? Leave your thoughts down below. Now, the next question to get confirmed or answered is Mephisto in here or not? You know?
When are we going to get that hell dimension?
Okay. Are they going to reveal Agatha Harkness in her entirety yet? What's going on here?
Is she going to start mentoring? What's going on here?
But I think they got a lot more in store. The fact that we got a few more episodes left and they revealed this much, I'm like, oh man, now we got some crazy shit to unveil, don't we?
Roller coaster.
Now we got some, Oh, dude, I love this. Guys, leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that notification bell, hit that like button if you enjoyed our reaction. Go ahead, check us out on Patreon. Speaking of which, Fox. I just found out Fox's real name is actually Blake. Blake, I like it. Take you to a lake and
shake and bake.
We're stopping that. I decided to look at what your name means. Your name actually means fair-haired dark. Well,
that's a contradiction.
I don't know about that because, you know what? Your name might mean dark, but you bring a lot of light into my soul, Miss Fox. Foxy. Foxy Blake. I like to we're trying to get a copyright strike.
Absolutely.
I like to take the fake dark. I feel like anything I'm saying is starting to lead down a very cancel-y kind of
going,
path.
man. Keep
so,
rhyming.
I just want to say thank you, Blake, for being you.
Absolutely.
And
break a leg.
Stay awake, Blake, as you make
a steak.
A bouquet.
Oh,
I shouldn't have added this.